Today, we're gonna be testing Prodigy's rarest pets. I'll be ranking each one of the pets on this tier list, and let's head straight into it. So the very first pet we're gonna be testing is Dragic. This was removed from Prodigy over 5 years ago, making it incredibly rare, so let's head to a Titan battle. Alrighty, so because I only want to test how good these rare pets truly are, we are going to be missing every single question with my wizard. That way we can only test how good the pet actually is without using the wizard. So boom, we got the first question wrong. The spell is going to miss, but that is on purpose because I want to test, is this pet actually good? We're about to find out. So looking at Dragic, starting off, he does have 870 health, so that is a decent amount of health. But let's head in with the very first spell. I'm gonna go with Kindle to start it off. 301 damage. Alright, not bad at all. Here comes our wizard. We do have to miss it, guys. Remember, I'm not testing how good my wizard is. We need to rank this pet, this Dragic, because of course he's one of the rarest pets in all of Prodigy. Okay, here comes the Titan and doing damage to my main wizard, which I do not care about. We're gonna switch it up and we are gonna use Scratch for an expel. 391 damage. Okay, Dragic is actually doing very well so far. Honestly, better than I expected, but I guess he is a super rare pet for a reason. So here comes the Titan and 156 to my wizard. Dragic better come in with an insane spell right here, and boom. Okay, luckily we got the question correct. We're gonna go with, let's go ahead and use Kindle. 301 damage, very consistent so far. The one thing about Dragic is he is a fire pet, so that is actually one benefit about this pet that is going to help out his ranking just a little bit, because I tend to prefer fire pets over, you know, some of the other elements. But here comes the Titan and first damage to our Dragic. As you guys can see, he took the damage pretty well. He didn't lose that much. We're gonna use Kindle, do 301, and I think the Titan may be on his absolute last leg. So let's just get this final question wrong with our main wizard. I'm not helping the Dragic out at all. He fumbled. Here comes the Titan. Last spell from him. He also fumbles. Are you serious? Okay, Dragic, as long as we get this right, boom, got it right, pink circle. As long as we can do enough damage with Scratch, 260, took out the Titan. I think it's only fair we give Dragic the A tier. He could have been slightly better, but he was super overpowered. Next pet. Alrighty, so the next pet we're going to be testing is the Big Hex, the first ever epic released into Prodigy. You had to get this like 10 years ago. It's incredibly rare, so let's head to the academy. Alright, so I'm gonna challenge myself to get 2 golden pages while using the Big Hex, and of course I'm not going to use my wizard. I want to see how good Big Hex can do on his own, and boom, looks like we have our first battle for the golden page. Here comes the Big Hex and 640 health. Not bad at all. Now, the Big Hex is incredibly rare, as I said, because first off, it was the first epic ever introduced to Prodigy, and secondly, you can't even buy it anymore. It is impossible to get, and he just took a ton of damage. Okay, this is off to a terrible start. Okay, we're gonna use Storm Globe, praying we do enough damage. Resist. Okay, we may have gotten a very unlucky matchup for the Big Hex, and unfortunately that might hurt his ranking. But let's see, I'm going to miss with my wizard. We just gotta pray that this monster goes for my wizard and not my Big Hex. He takes out my Big Hex. Oh my gosh. Well, we can't continue the battle. We gotta give Big Hex the C tier. I think he got unlucky, but that's sometimes just how it goes. Alrighty, so the next rare pet we're going to be testing is the one and the only Crystal Monster, a Prodigy pet that is literally banned. You aren't even supposed to be able to have this pet. You have to be on a hacked account, which I was given. So we're going to be putting in 2 of these Crystal Monsters, and we're heading to a Titan battle. This might get the S tier. Alrighty, so like I said, the Crystal Monster is one of the scariest pets in Prodigy because Prodigy players basically shouldn't even have access to it. You have to be on a very, very special hacked account like someone has given me for this video to be able to use it. But looking at them, they do have around 600 health. In all honesty, they aren't the actual best pets, like strength-wise. They don't have the best spells. They don't have a ton of health. But they make up for that in the fact that they are basically impossible to get. It makes them incredibly rare, and that's why we have to test them out in this video. But first off, let's go ahead and use Shadow Shock from this Crystal Monster. The bigger Crystal Monster, for some reason, actually has less health than the smaller Crystal Monster. Not sure why, but I don't really care. We're here just to test out how good they both are. But unfortunately, yeah, we're missing with our wizard. That's how it goes. I want to test out these battles as scientifically as possible. And honestly, they are not doing that great. One of them is already down to 193 health. 287 damage. Okay, let's use the other one. We're gonna use Spike Strike again. That's going to be another 287 damage. Honestly, I'm not that impressed with these Crystal Monsters. I mean, sure, they're extremely hard to get, but they barely have any spells and they're not doing that much damage. So first, let's see if they can finish off this battle without dying. That's what we gotta see before we go ahead and actually rank them. Boom. Okay, boom. Got this question correct. And let's go ahead and use Spike Strike from this Crystal Monster. 287 damage. I think we are going to take out this Titan with this next spell, as long as we get this right. And of course, we do get it right. So let's go ahead and use Spike Strike, and boom! Took out the Titan. Guys, I think we're going to have to give the Crystal Monster the A tier. It would be S tier if it had better spells, but on to the next pet. Now, we tested Dragic earlier in the video, but next up, we're going to be using Creela, who is also a starter pet, but some people have said she's actually better than Dragic, so we gotta test it out. She's extremely rare. You can't get her anymore. Let's head to the Crystal Caverns. Alright, so like I mentioned with Dragic, Creela is one of Prodigy's starter pets, which Prodigy removed over 5 years ago, making this probably one of the rarest pets in all of Prodigy. But is it better than Dragic? That's what we gotta test out, and we gotta start off by fumbling with our main wizard, because I'm only here to see how good Creela actually is. But boom, first question, got it correct with our Creela. Let's see what spells she got. Okay, some decent spells. I guess let's start it off with Nip and see how much damage that does. 135 resist. I mean, I guess you can't complain. Crystal Monster goes for my main wizard. I'm not that impressed yet. I know she is extremely rare, but if she wants the S tier, she's got to do more than simply just be a rare pet. But here comes my main wizard, and alright, boom, fumble, like I hoped. And here comes my next spell from Creela. We're going to use Dewdrop. 189. Okay, so far, the spells have not been the most powerful. She's also only has 570 health, which is not a lot at all. And on top of that, unlike Dragic, who we reviewed earlier, she doesn't even have any fire spells, which in my opinion is probably the best category of spells. So let's see if she can pull out the win right here with Drench. Miss! Are you kidding me? Okay, honestly, this is not going to get an S tier. Just can't give it an S tier. It's not doing that good in the battle. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be in the same tier as Big Hex. I mean, Big Hex lost pretty quick, but here comes Creela. Let's just use Nip. Hopefully that hits. Okay, it does hit. This battle is honestly taking forever. It's taking her forever to take out a 590 health opponent, which is not a good sign at all. Alright, I think this is probably going to be about our last spell from our wizard, which of course, we do have to fumble. But here comes Creela for the very, very last spell. Spin results, and okay, got the answer correct. I mean, let's just see how much damage she does. Will she finish the battle with Nip? And barely squeaks by. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta give Creela a C. I understand she's rare, but she's getting the C tier. On to the next pet. Now, the next pet we're going to be testing is the one and the only Magmischief. Magmischief is rare because he was one of the first ever epics. You cannot get him anymore, and he was actually the first epic I ever got. So we're going to be testing out a battle with him in Firefly Forest. Let's head to the battle. Alrighty, so Magmischief is incredibly overpowered, and he is also extremely rare. You literally cannot buy him anymore. So let's actually see if he has what it takes to win this battle. Starting off, got the question wrong with my wizard. Don't gotta say it anymore, but looking at his health, he does have 620 health, which is a respectable amount of health. And okay, our opponent fumbled. If Magmischief can't take care of this pet fast, he's not gonna get a good ranking because this should be an extremely easy battle. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use Heat Wave. 180. Alright, you cannot complain. I've seen worse spells. You know, it's a decent spell. Is it the best I've ever seen? No. So we're going to look to see how much the next spell actually does. Alright, boom. Got the question wrong with my wizard. Looks like the opponent has maybe around 180 health left. And doing damage to my wizard. Okay, we need a big spell from Magmischief here. We cannot risk losing this battle or he's getting a very bad ranking. And we got Conflagration and 539 damage. It has to go in the S tier. Next pet. The next pet we're going to be testing is Terrasaur. He's incredibly rare because he costs 20,000 gold, and I have a feeling he may join Magmischief in the S tier, so we are going to go ahead to Shipwreck Shore and see what he can do. Okay, so this is going to be a very difficult battle because he has to go up against 3 different pets, so we're really going to see how good he actually is, and I'm not helping with my wizard at all. I don't care that there's 3 pets. If this Terrasaur wants the S tier, he has to learn to handle 3 pets at one time. So boom, got the question correct, off to a good start, and these spells are so good. Look at Crunch. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use Crunch. 473. That was crazy. One pet is already gone, and he resisted. He resisted. Oh my gosh. Okay, this might have an automatic S tier. I understand he's going up against some low-level pets, but he just did almost 500 damage with this first spell. He's not messing around. Oh, he also has fire spells too. This might be the best pet in all of Prodigy. We're using Flame Burst. Took him out again. First try. Oh my gosh. We're going to take him out with the next hit. He is literally about to one-shot literally every single pet. Oh my gosh. This might actually be more insane than I thought. Okay. Are we going to end off the battle right here? We have one more spell if we get this right. Okay, we got it correct. Let's go ahead and use Chomp. And, oh my god! We actually took him out. Okay, I don't care. He's going straight to S tier. Let's head to the final ranking. Alrighty guys, so here is the final tier list, but we can only crown one pet as the best rare pet in Prodigy between Magmischief and Terrasaur. I think the rarest pet and best pet in all of Prodigy has to go to Terrasaur. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.